What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. And we also stream here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, huge news coming off of the town hall today. Now, I'm still going to do my 5 biggest takeaways from the most recent town hall, which I just finished listening to, or at least the replay of. And this news of SPS being listed with Huobi is definitely worthy of being one of my 5 biggest takeaways, but I thought it would be worthwhile to do a separate video just for this, because then I could dig into it a little bit further, spend a little bit more time with it. And the town hall had a lot of really great things in it. There's a lot to cover, a lot of meta releases, a lot of alpha leaks. So there's a lot that I want to dig into with the town hall. So I figured I would keep this separate because I would say this is relatively big news and have it be a video of itself, so that we could, discuss it as well in the comments section below. But in case you missed it, SPS is going to be listed on a top 10 exchange. This is huge. Now, we've all been asking when Binance, right? And I think Binance is like the final boss. And maybe not the final boss, maybe there's like Coinbase or something else, but they're all up there, and you got to make your way through some of these smaller bosses before you can get there. Well, I would say that Huobi is decently sized and I think very, very significant. Now, Huobi, I believe, caters primarily to East and Southeast Asia. So that is maybe the new demographic that could be getting into the game. And when I think about that demographic, especially like South Korea, for example, gaming tends to be very big, especially esports. So this could be very, very exciting if people get into kind of the Splinterlands ecosystem or just awareness of Splinterlands through the token listing, because sometimes people are just coming to look in, they're just looking to make money. I was one of those people that was just trying to speculate on DEC and SPS at the beginning. And therefore, and ultimately, obviously, look at what happened now, almost a year later, and I'm very, very much obsessed with the game. Well, you have a lot of other people who track these things and track new listings of tokens and may try to get in, right, through a decentralized finance application like PancakeSwap or something, and buy before so that they can flip the token. But if they do that, they have to do a little research, and I would hope that even if it's just a small amount of people that end up looking into the game, maybe testing it out, they might stick around. And again, I very much expect, situations like this, situations like the bull run that we had last year, to bring in a wave of people that are not going to be sticking around for the long term. They're here to make quick cash, here to make a quick flip. And sometimes once they do that, they feel like they want to stick around the game. Maybe, they come for the investment and they stay for the game. So we get this huge kind of wave of new investors that comes in, and as it washes out, it does leave some players, right? And I think we're going to continue to see that. We're going to see these massive pumps, and when the pumps retrace, I think the player base just starts to grow organically and naturally. And again, I've been around for almost a year at this point, and I came in right at the beginning of that major wave last year. And as we've seen everything wash out, what's been really cool is to see people who have been coming in over the last couple of months. So I think we could continue to see that with an exchange like Huobi listing SPS. Now, important details here. This is going to start on August 3rd. So I'm recording this on August 1st. Happy August, by the way. So August 3rd, it looks like SPS deposits will open up at 9 a.m. UTC on August 1st. So I guess you can already deposit there if you want. And then withdrawals will open on August 4th, but trading will, I believe, begin officially on August 3rd. So really exciting things. Now let's go over to CoinGecko here for a minute, and that's not what I wanted. And look at the top currency or top cryptocurrency exchanges. Now, obviously, you got Binance at the top here, and I don't know what they're basing this off of. Maybe volume, 24-hour volume normalized, but you can see Huobi here is sitting very pretty at number 7. So it looks like they're doing about $1 billion of volume every 24 hours. And if you take a look at where crypto.com is, crypto.com, I was actually surprised to see was top 10 also, because on CoinMarketCap, it is not top 10, but the normalized volume for 24 hours here is not even 30, not even like 40% of what not KuCoin, Huobi does. So, like I said, we're working our way up the bosses. Crypto.com was great for people in the US as well as outside the US. Huobi, I think, will be great to reach an audience in a different part of the world, specifically Asia. So, I think that this is great news. Now, is this going to pump the prices? Are things going to get absolutely crazy? And are we going to go to the moon? We could, but again, keep in mind what usually happens when there's a listing. When there's a listing, there's usually a pump and then a subsequent dump. So don't get caught up in the FOMO in the rally. If you've been around the game for a while and you're sitting on a stack of SPS, maybe you take some off the table. Again, none of this is financial advice, okay? So I'm just saying that this is primarily what happens when there are listings on major exchanges. And I would consider Huobi definitely one of the major exchanges out there. It's just for US-based folks, we don't hear about it because we can't use it. I believe we used to be able to, but that ended in 2019 or 2020, just on the little research that I did before recording the video. So to me, I think this is huge news. Again, what makes Splinterlands awesome and really what makes crypto awesome is how globalized it is and how international it is. And the fact that people from all over the world can come together and enjoy a game like Splinterlands or just any real crypto project, right? And this actually goes back to the internet. I mean, the internet changed everything, and I think full digression, I believe we are living through one of the most amazing times in human history, just because of the fact that the internet was invented in our lifetimes, or at least in my lifetime, and people who are born afterwards are at least benefiting from the interconnectedness of the world. So now we're seeing, we saw information and media somewhat decentralized before with the internet. Now we're seeing assets and money and monetary policies somewhat decentralized with Bitcoin on downward. So this is really, really exciting. Again, Huobi, I think, is a big piece, but a big piece in and of itself, but small in the grand scheme of things, right? Because we're all trying to get to Coinbase and Binance and OKX and FTX, but that stuff will come, and I'm not worried about it for right now. And here's the thing, even when it happens, it's just going to be a pump and dump situation. At least in my opinion, based on what I've seen from pretty much every other coin listing that happens, there is a pump and a dump for people who have they don't care at all about the game. All they're trying to do is make a quick buck. And that's fine, because if you're aware of it, if you're following, and I'm not saying that this is easy, but you can make a good swing trade on it potentially, right? But I think that there are definitely opportunities where ultimately at the end of the day, what it comes down to is what's happening within the game. And as more and more people get exposed to Splinterlands and the Splinterlands ecosystem, and I want to be clear about that because I think the game is great, but I think the ecosystem that they're building, which will include other games and other projects, I think that could be really exciting for people to come in and be a part of. And so as that continues to grow and as the team continues to deliver value to that ecosystem, right, the game as well as the multitude of projects and collaborations that they're working on, that is what is going to draw people in and raise the price organically over the long haul, right? Like I'm long on SPS, and I'm fully expecting many pumps and dumps before we get to like an all-time high or new all-time high, if we get to a new all-time high in the near future. But point being is that I don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm not trying to make any price predictions here or tell you to FOMO in. I'm just saying that I think that this is significant, and we are going to work our way through all of these. But ultimately, even if we get listed on Binance tomorrow, it wouldn't matter in the long run if the team isn't delivering value to the token. So when I roll this all back, what is the most important thing? What is the most important takeaway? It's what the team is doing and the utility that's coming to SPS. Now, if you've been watching this channel, I have been very, very critical and calling out for more SPS utility. And it sounds as though now that the airdrop is over, there are a lot of things in line for that kind of utility to be added in. So I'm super excited because of that. I mean, the listing is great because the price goes up and people. The reason I get excited about that is not the price going up. I don't know that I necessarily want to like sell SPS and maybe miss out on it going higher, right? Maybe the FOMO works the opposite way. But for me, I value the SPS token because of what it gets me in the game, and the price mooning, especially when Bitcoin is sideways or down, is exciting because anytime there's, you go here and you can look at the search thing, look at all these trending searches, right? If SPS is mooning at that time, while the rest of the market is somewhat down or sideways, and you can see here, Bitcoin is now back under 23K, well, then some people might just be like, hey, what's this SPS token? Let me check into it. Let me do my research, right? There's a lot of investors out there who do their own like diligent research. And if they do their diligent research, then they might be somebody who loves the game and comes in because they want to play or be part of the ecosystem as an investor, because Splinterlands is so much more than SPS. But SPS, I think, is going to be a good gateway drug for people, especially if it is doing well and performing well, where people can come in and see, whoa, there's a bunch of cards that have value. There's a bunch of assets such as nodes, lands, things like that I could get in and be a part of. The team is doing these weekly AMAs. They've been doing it for at least a year now or multiple years. I've only been around for a year, so I can speak to the last year is about it. But I think that this is exciting. I think that there's a lot of really, really exciting things that are happening within the Splinterlands ecosystem right now, and now with this exchange announcement outside of the Splinterlands ecosystem, because this could really bring in more people, right? And more people doesn't necessarily mean that we go to the moon right away, but more people could definitely build out the solid foundation that this game already has and continue to strengthen it and add more and more and more. And right now, I think we're still in a place where there's still too many cards for people, right? But this is what the team is trying to do. They plan this out so that new players could come in. So this could be the opportunity for those new players to come in, start to eat up those cards, and then maybe as we get closer to the end of Chaos Legion selling out or the launch of Rebellion, that's when we hit another similar situation to last year where, assets skyrocket because more players are coming in and now there's no more cards, no more packs, whatever the case is, right? So I'm excited about this. I think this is great. I want to congratulate the team. I don't know if this is something that they did or if Huobi just decided to list this on their own. But either way, it's work well done, right? Because if the team was able to secure this as a partnership, kudos to them. If they didn't, well, everything that Splinterlands is doing right now caught the attention of somebody at Huobi that thought it was worthwhile to list this. So great job to the team, and also great job to the community, all the content creators out there, all the people who are really trying to spread, this via word of mouth. This is something that I think is going to grow. Not go to the moon on a rocket ship, but I think it's going to grow sustainably, organically, and I'm just super pumped right now, if you can't tell already. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts below. What are you planning to do with your SPS? Are you one of those people who like buy the rumor, sell the news, like all these things now that we've got it? Do you think this pump is going to go back down? How are you seeing this? What is your plan? And we can compare notes in the comments section below. But that is all I have for you. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Take care.